And here's the video walkthrough for Investigation 4. You're going to go through and we're going to pick one of Mod Keg's stories and we're going to analyze it. Our goal with this is to look through and further solidify and understand those lessons that we started with in chapter 3 during the scavenger hunt, how lessons are used to convey a message. And in Investigation 4, we're going to solidify that and we're going to understand the passing of tradition. We want to make sure that we're going to answer this in complete sentences. For this walkthrough, I'm going to go through and use the online text just to show you how to get the book to read to you. And you are more than welcome to use the physical text if you prefer to read it on your own. We're going to answer in complete sentences from one of Mod Keg's stories. So on another tab, I've already got Investigation 4 open. You are able to click that link if you would like. So when you open up to Investigation 4, you're going to notice that there's a kind of bluish background that keys us in that we are correct here. And here's Mod Keg. We're going to be looking through and trying to understand what lessons Mod here is trying to teach us. Now, I appreciate that I'm going to use the book to read to me because it's a special connection here. The story is going to be read to us from Mod's granddaughter, and that's going to be pretty special, I think. I'd like to hear it from somebody who is kind of closely connected with Mod Keg. Here she is. And as I'm going through, I would like to try to figure out what it teaches. What's the story show with Ojibwe life? And if I was to walk away from the story at the end, what would be the easiest thing to remember? In this first box here, I put down the story that I pick. So inside of the textbook, if I make it back to my normal screen here, I can collect up. There's a few different stories here in Investigation 4, and I'm going to know because it's in italics and it starts off right here. And there's Maud's great-granddaughter. She's going to be the one who's doing the reading. There's a big handful. I'm poor in beads. And what's my last one? Or I guess the first one. Now I'm going back. The sugaring trough. And that's a trough right there. Now I make maple syrup, and so I might pick this story. And something that I quite enjoy and like about this is as I'm going through, I'm going to have the book read to me. And the way that I can do that is by clicking the audio button to the next section of the text. And so I'm going to go through and click that. And I can pause it here too on that same button. So if you would like the stories to be read to you, you are able and more than willing to use that if you have your own set of headphones, or if you're going to share headphones today, I would use that to read the story. You're going to pick one story to complete. This button here will make things big and small for you. After you're done with your story and you're researching about what it shares for us, then we're going to go through and do a final message. And for Maud, she's going to give us a few different ideas here underneath a final message. And she's going to walk through and give us a clue as to what we should really be listening to. And we're going to listen to what is most important to us. Now, this was values that Maud used to share with her own family. And what are those values that you might find similar and different from your own family? And that is going to bring in our critical thinking as we go back to looking at these stories. There's a lesson. These stories are told for entertainment. However, there is a lesson that Maud is teaching her kids, her grandkids, and us as we go through and look at those stories. Once again, you're welcome to use the book if you would like. You're welcome to use the audio buttons here, and they'll go through the section of the story to you. We want to make sure that we're filling this in sentences, and then we're using our critical thinking skills to connect as to why that's important for us today. Awesome.